Skeleton Crew flips the Star Wars script with younger-than-average heroes, a familiar plot that may make you say, The Simpsons already did it, and more visual references to vintage Steven Spielberg and his Amblin Productions than you can shake a glowing alien finger at.
Like what?
Where do we even begin, Neil? Let's break it all down as we explain why it seems that Skeleton Crew is intent on giving Star Wars back to kids. After accidentally blasting off to galaxies unknown in a derelict starship, the Skeleton Crew crosses paths with Jude Law as the Force-sensitive Jod. Or was it Jard?
I introduced myself as Jod, and they all call me Jard. So it's Jard. However you would pronounce J-O-D.
Whether Jude is Jod or Jard, he's definitely not a Jedi. Or Jedi. Jedi! Skeleton Crew takes place at the same time as The Mandalorian and Ahsoka, in those 3 decades between Return of the Jedi and The Force Awakens, when the Jedi all but disappear from the galaxy. Law explains that his kid co-stars were what drew him to this project.
What makes Skeleton Crew different is that the protagonists are all under 13. There's still the jeopardy, there's still the thrills and familiar species and themes and threads of Star Wars, but it's seen through the eyes of children. What I particularly loved about that was, when I first fell in love with Star Wars, I was a child, and it kind of connects with that. I hope it'll connect with everyone's first feelings when they saw Star Wars as a child, and just the awe and the imagination that it propelled you into as a child.
Series creators and Spider-Man Homecoming collaborators Christopher Ford and John Watts envision the series as an Amblin-style escapade, a lost 80s movie that is for kids, starring kids. So, they include visual nods to the mundane suburban setting and extraterrestrial intruder of Steven Spielberg's E.T., and to a foursome of kids being blasted into space, just like in Joe Dante's Explorers, and to a motley crew of misfits answering the call to adventure in Richard Donner's The Goonies. Skeleton Crew even has their own One-Eyed Willie.
One-Eyed Willie.
Speaking of pirates, Nick Frost voices the droid first mate of the Skeleton Crew's misbegotten ship called SM-33, or if read in internet language leet speak, Smee, as in Captain Hook's first mate, SM-33, or Smee.
Trust no one.
Okay, sure, but you can trust that there will be pirates. Anyway, Watts and Ford developed the series at the Mouse House under the codename Grammar Rodeo, a sly reference to the Simpsons episode Bart on the Road, which is also about a road trip gone awry and could potentially hint at the Skeleton Crew visiting Knoxville, Tennessee's famous Sun Sphere.
What about the Sun Sphere?
You mean the Wig Sphere? You're welcome to go up there if you want to see 16,000 boxes of unsold wigs. Now, you gentlemen gonna buy some wigs, or ain't you?
Probably not. What we do know about our 4 protagonists is that they're named Wim, Fern, KB, and lastly Neil, who resembles Jabba's band leader Max Rebo, and we hope that the Skeleton Crew finally settles the heated online debate about whether Rebo is playing that red ball jet keyboard with his hands, or is he playing it with his feet? Watts and Ford have 8 episodes to figure it out with the help of fellow directors like Jake Schreier, who just helmed Thunderbolts for Marvel, the Daniels, who took home Best Picture and Best Director Oscars for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Lee Isaac Chung, who recently tamed tornadoes on the set of Twisters, and Bryce Dallas Howard, who has been behind the cameras on 3 Mando episodes and 1 of Boba Fett, both of whom could cameo on Skeleton Crew, given the setting and shared galaxy far, far away.
This is the way.